Have you ever noticed something strange about rain? It doesn't just fall randomly. Rain comes at the right time, in the right place, and in the right amount to keep life on Earth alive. Too much rain can cause floods. Too little rain can cause drought. But most of the time, the planet stays balanced. So here's the question. Is rain just a random weather event? Or is there a system behind it? More than 1,400 years ago, the Quran described rain as something measured, controlled, and carefully sent down. Today, modern meteorology reveals something fascinating. Rain really does follow a complex and precise system. Let's explore how science and the Quran describe the system of rain. Stay with me. When people see rain, they often think it is simple. Clouds appear, water falls. But meteorologists know something very different. Rain is part of a massive global system called the water cycle. This system includes ocean evaporation, cloud formation, air pressure systems, temperature changes, wind movement, atmospheric particles, and gravity. Every drop of rain that falls has gone through a long journey, a journey that often begins in the ocean. The sun heats ocean water, water turns into vapor and rises into the sky. This invisible vapor travels thousands of kilometers through the atmosphere. Eventually, it cools and forms clouds. But clouds alone do not create rain. Something more must happen. Inside clouds, billions of tiny water droplets exist. These droplets are extremely small, too small to fall as rain. So what makes them fall? They must combine and grow larger. This happens through a process called coalescence. Tiny droplets collide with each other. They merge and become bigger. When they grow heavy enough, gravity pulls them down. That's when rain begins. But here's the surprising part. Scientists discovered that clouds need special particles to start this process. These particles are called condensation nuclei. They can be dust, sea salt, pollen, smoke particles. Without these particles, clouds might never produce rain. This means rain requires specific conditions: temperature, pressure, particles, and wind patterns. Everything must work together. Meteorology shows that rain is part of an organized atmospheric system. Now here's something fascinating. The Quran described this system centuries ago. In the Quran, rain is never described as random. Instead, it is described as measured and controlled. In Surah Al-Mu'minun 23:18, the Quran says, "We send down water from the sky in due measure." This phrase is powerful. Due measure suggests balance, calculation, and control. Modern science confirms that rainfall must be balanced. Too much rain leads to floods. Too little rain leads to drought. Earth's climate system works constantly to maintain this balance. But that's not all. The Quran also describes how rain forms step by step. In Surah An-Nur 24:43, it describes clouds gathering, stacking, and producing rain. Meteorologists today explain something similar. Clouds often build in layers. These layered clouds create strong vertical air movement. That movement helps droplets grow until rain begins. The description in the Quran matches what modern meteorology observes. And remember, these verses were revealed long before weather satellites, radar, or climate models existed. Rain does not fall equally everywhere. Some regions receive heavy rainfall, others remain dry. Why? Because the planet has a global atmospheric circulation system. Air moves around the Earth in giant loops. These loops are called circulation cells. The most famous ones are Hadley cells, ferrule cells, and polar cells. These systems move heat and moisture around the planet. Warm air rises near the equator. Cool air sinks near the poles. This circulation controls where rain happens. That's why tropical regions receive heavy rainfall, and deserts usually appear around 30 degrees latitude. Again, this shows something remarkable. Rain is not chaotic. It follows a global climate system that keeps Earth stable. Think about how delicate this balance is. If Earth received far more rain, continents would flood. If rainfall decreased drastically, crops would fail. Human civilization depends on this balance. Agriculture needs predictable rainfall. Rivers depend on seasonal rain. Forests survive because of steady precipitation. Meteorologists say the water cycle moves around 500,000 cubic kilometers of water every year. That's an unimaginable amount of water, yet the system remains stable. The Quran repeatedly calls attention to this balance. In Surah Al-Hijr 15:22, it says that winds help bring rain. Modern meteorology confirms that winds play a major role in transporting moisture and forming storms. This connection between wind and rain is fundamental to weather science. Again, a fascinating alignment. Another theme repeated in the Quran is how rain revives dead land. Dry soil suddenly produces plants after rainfall. Modern science explains why. Rainwater dissolves nutrients in the soil. Seeds absorb water and begin germination. Microorganisms in the soil become active again. Within days, green life appears. This transformation is essential for ecosystems. Without rainfall, Earth would become a barren planet. Rainwater feeds rivers. Rivers feed forests. Forests support animals and humans. One system supports the next. Everything is connected. Meteorology today uses advanced tools like weather satellites, Doppler radar, climate models, and atmospheric sensors. These tools show that rainfall depends on hundreds of interacting variables. Even small changes in temperature or wind patterns can alter rainfall patterns. Scientists still struggle to perfectly predict rain. Despite powerful technology, weather forecasts are sometimes wrong. Why? Because Earth's climate system is incredibly complex, yet it remains stable enough to support life. This complexity makes many scientists admire the precision of Earth's natural systems. Rain is not random. It is part of a finely balanced environmental system. The Quran often invites people to reflect on natural phenomena. Rain is one of the most frequently mentioned signs. Why? Because rain shows how the planet operates through systems and balance. It connects the sky, the oceans, the land, and living organisms. A drop of rain may look simple, but behind that drop lies solar energy, ocean evaporation, atmospheric circulation, cloud physics, temperature gradients, and gravity. An entire planetary system works together to produce that single drop. When we study rain scientifically, we discover complexity. When the Quran speaks about rain, it invites reflection on that complexity. Science explains how rain works. The Quran asks us to think about what that system means. Next time you see rain falling from the sky, remember that every drop has traveled through an incredible journey, a journey through oceans, clouds, winds, and the atmosphere. Rain is not just weather, it's part of a global life support system. If this video made you see rain differently, like this video. Subscribe to Ayat and Adams for more content exploring science and the Quran. And tell me in the comments, do you think the rain system is just natural, or does it point to something greater?